Hello, my beauties. We are live. We are live. Hi there. It's Viv. It's Coach Viv. It's Sunday. It is the first day of October. I had to check because honestly, guys, sometimes I don't know what day it is, which is good. It's a good thing because I work for myself, so sometimes it doesn't quite matter. Um, Hello. It looks like my internet's just a little bit tricky. I'm looking at my signal. Welcome. There are a couple of folks here right at the start. How are you doing? Say hi in the chat so I can greet you. Welcome. I'm really happy to be here. There's a lot going on where I am, and I'm going to talk a little bit about distraction today, but I'm slightly distracted while I wait for you to say hi and tell me who you are and how you're doing. I'm slightly distracted because there is a fall festival happening today in my town. There's actually two different things happening, and the one that I really you know don't want to go to involves a lot of like sweet food based around apples, apple season, harvest, and all of that. Very wholesome, very wholesome. Hello, hi goddesses, how are you? It's Viv here. For those of you who are new and those of you watching in the future, welcome. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is just reiterate what the video is going to be about. The title I wrote is They Want Us Sick, Stressed, and Distracted. Sick, stressed, and distracted. All right, but it's going to be a positive video. I will also be doing a few live readings for folks who've been here from the start, like now. So go ahead and type in the chat and it'll come up via StreamYard. StreamYard is the app I'm using. There it is. You can see that little funny duck, right? And it allows me to put your comments up on the screen. So if you have a YouTube video, if you have a channel, for example, that you want to highlight and you are a part of my community, then go ahead and I'll put you on screen. Okay. Not you, like you won't go on camera, don't worry. But your screen name, and if it's your channel name, it'll go on camera. All right. So who wants us distracted, stressed, and even ill? I'm going to jump into that in a minute. But I think also while I wait a little bit, get some water, get some tea. Hi, glass half full. Welcome. Now I know another channel that Cross has some of the same folks as my channel. They're live too, but I was doing live on Sundays before they were, and it's gotten real popular right now for folks to go live on, especially Sunday. Okay, because I just feel like this is a good time. A lot of folks might be home. It's about 4 o'clock, right? So, hi, Lydia. Yes, welcome. Oh, thank you. That is very sweet to say. That is very sweet to say. So let me do some quick announcements then that while I wait for more folks to come in, because YouTube, it takes a while for it to give out the announcements. And if I would ever plan it way ahead, I apologize. I'm a spontaneous person. It's hard for me to, I'm an artist, people. It's hard for me to be all like an accountant, which we need in the world, right? Those type of people who plan and step by step. I'm really much more intuitive. I want to thank some of my channel supporters. So I want to thank Erica V, who's a patron, Faith Siempre, MZ Colston, Montana M, Chakra Trauma Healing, and those are just the YouTube members. All the folks on Patreon, I want to really thank you as well for sticking around and just being a supporter of the channel. Okay, I really want to thank you. And there was more names there. And I was like, I will add your names like to the end of an upcoming video or something, but all the patrons on Patreon, thank you very, very much. All right, who else is here? So Glass Half Full is here. And Lydia is here. So who wants us to be distracted, sick? I'll just launch into that. I don't like to use scare tactics to get views on YouTube, but you guys need to know a lot of times that's called clickbait. When you put really like scary, you try to scare people or polarize them. Okay. I generally don't do that because my channel is just, it's not that type of channel. So when I say they, I think there are some organized groups that want, especially women, to be distracted and sick and in a lot of fear. I didn't actually put that in the thumbnail. So that's why I used a title that's a little bit stronger today, okay? Because I do think there are organized groups and then individual groups that want us to be distracted and just be unhappy, okay? So in fact, I was just talking to a lovely, someone who took my meditation course last year, which I am gonna mention to you a little bit later as an antidote to a lot of this. And we were just talking about grief because she was dealing with some grief with having lost a loved one. And so I know there's a lot of grief going around, not just from this one person. You guys know I had my ceremony. I had the memorial for my like best friend, and really wanting to move on and continue on. And I feel like he's still, he's here with me. So, but turning my attention back to you guys, to my YouTube channel, to sharing with you. So I'd love to know in the chat who else is here, who else is just joining. And I apologize because I can see my my connection might be a little unstable. So the first industry that clearly that wants to keep Americans in general, and I'm addressing women here specifically, is I would say big pharma. Because what you guys need to understand, even when you come to a channel like mine, is I am a small creator, and even the work I do, it's smaller based against someone like big corporations, right? Who their only thrust is to increase profits, not even to keep profits steady, but to increase profits at a vast scale. So the pharmaceutical industry, for example, in America is allowed to advertise. We see these ads for pharmaceuticals. I was just watching a young woman, I think her name is Kristen. I think it's Travels with Kristen, if you want to check her out, or Kirsten. And she was saying that in other countries, like in Europe where she is, I guess they're just, the ads for pharmaceuticals are so rare, or I think even not allowed in certain countries. So she said when she comes back to America, she's stunned with just, I don't know if we so much billboards, because she was talking about advertising in general, folks, but she also was talking about the pharmaceutical ads and how they leave her feeling kind of like down. And you're hearing about illnesses that you're like, you don't want to be part of your everyday consciousness, okay? So that's one group that wants to keep us sick, stressed, because their profits are related to us being unhealthy, okay? In fact, I want to ask you, like, who do you think, or where do you see our society? So I'm talking on a societal level where we're almost encouraged to be distracted. I'm going to jump to my next one. So I want to say big pharma. That's one I wanted to call out. And the reason I say that specifically is you have to remember pharmaceuticals are rarely meant to cure you, to go to the root problem. Okay. And I'm not saying never to take medicines at all. I would never say that. In fact, for some things, of course, they're life-saving. But what big pharma doesn't have is any investment in you being healthy for life and you coming off of what they provide. Okay, do you get what I'm saying? Give me a yes if you do. Big pharmaceutical companies make money when you take their drugs. That is their business. So they're not really invested in helping you, say, exercise more, start going for walks, in you taking an herb that could help get you off of their medication, okay? So it's just really important for you to know that, because that'll affect your choices, all right? The other one I'm really seeing, and it's really, really troubling me, is our, even though I'm on the web with you here, is really specifically cell phones. Not just, so our digital, I'm literally, like, I am often in any space, goddesses, the only person consciously not on a phone, consciously not looking down. And if you look at my thumbnail, the one I have now that I made, it shows a bunch of women and they're all sitting and their heads are down. No one is talking to each other. No one is looking at each other. No one is tuned in or caring or compassionate about each other. Their head is down and they're looking at a screen. Okay. So I literally think that this is a form of an invasion. I know that I'm right. I know that in the future, if my videos survive, it will be seen as really being part of the people who saw what was happening. I even want to take it as far as I think that the internet itself, literally, I'm not a super biblical person, but this idea of the Antichrist, I've said this before. I know it sounds crazy, but follow me on this. People think that what might ruin society is, something with aliens or an invasion or like demons or like, depending on their belief. What I'm seeing as someone who is very tuned in, and even in my lifetime, I've seen that I've been right about things that happen, because of my age. I can see I was right decades ago, and then it comes into being. What I am sharing with you, what I'm trying to say is that with our digital, specifically cell phone addiction, what if that were the way that society was literally brought to ruin? Because again, I see many more young people with ADD and inability to even have a conversation, anxiety disorders at a much higher level, disconnection from other humans, depression. Depression is rampant in America, you guys. It is not normal. Other parts of the world do not have depression levels that we do. Why do we have such levels of depression, anxiety, mental disorders? We're literally connecting to something that is not human. Like, think about that. It's mediating, it's in the middle of, like, even if you're talking to your friend on the phone, which feels good, I understand that. You're seeing me on, there can be positive things on the other side. You're going through something that is not human, and it is in the middle of that communication. And the attention, the distraction issue with it. I really believe I'm already seeing the loss of attention. Again, I know I'm not the first one saying this, but think about what that means. Any success in life, okay? Welcome if you're just joining. This is important for you, but also for your children. So I'm just really urging you. I feel like I'm trying to ring like a fire bell or a fire alarm. Especially if you happen to have younger children, really do try and limit their access and their connection, especially to the cell phone, but to the digital world. I notice less children on the street. Again, give me a yes if you've noticed that. There are less children playing than when I was growing up. Children are not outside in nature to the degree that they were. They're not in team sports. I don't see them out on the street playing in their yard, okay, because they're in staring at a piece of plastic and metals and having this sort of experience that is not the real world. And this is very, very dangerous. Our attention span is getting so, you've heard the goldfish thing, but our attention span is getting so low that how will we have people who are capable of being engineers, scientists, doctors that are focused, doctors that can pay attention to their patient, doctors that can think out of the box and like think about what your symptoms are? I'll give you an example. My friend who passed away, it took months to diagnose him. And I know for a fact, I don't want to mention the doctor's personal business, goddesses, but one of his doctors was having their own, like I said, I won't get into it because it'd be controversial. They were going through some medical things themselves, and I don't think they were paying attention to my friend as a patient. Even the other doctors that he saw, if our level of attention is going down, that's going to affect you. That's going to affect me. Okay. Really, really, really important. Hi, Mindy. Again, there are groups who benefit from us being distracted, being fearful, and being unhealthy. I already mentioned Big Farm and the whole digital world. Many of you, especially if maybe you're more conservative, you're noticing how these tech companies, and I'm going to actually jump back to Will Smith's movie. Do any of you remember, what was the name of that Will Smith movie? I want to say it was late 80s, early 90s. It was one of the first to talk about how you could almost be erased. So who has the name of that? Like, share that, because I cannot remember it right now. And I know you guys know the movie I'm talking about. It was actually excellent. I want to say it was 90s, early 90s. So the reason I mentioned like especially the conservative side is saying that big tech can silence you, and it's absolutely true, they can. Um, sometimes that may be good. I think if somebody's really espousing violence, pedophilia, anything that's just like, it's just not acceptable in a civilized society, and acts of violence, then it's good that they can. But when so few companies have control, literally you could be erased, your existence. I mean, you'll still exist in real life, but anything that you might try to write, communicate, put out, a video, an audio, could just be removed. Okay. What was the Will Smith movie, you guys? Enemy of the State. Enemy of the State. In that movie, it was literally one of the first to show how technology could be used to literally erase a human life, and even potentially falsify it. Yes, Monica, yes, it was Enemy of the State. I didn't see yours. Yours hadn't popped through. So you guys, I am in StreamYard right there, and it takes about 2 minutes. If you type on YouTube, then it has to go over to StreamYard. Yes, it was Enemy of the State. And I remember you guys being like, whoa, this was early internet. It was very early internet. And it took it about 15 years out. And I want to say, oh gosh, there's this very famous actor, Gene Hackman, who was a very respected actor. He was like this weird, do you remember it? He was like this weird lone guy who took himself off the grid, and he helped Will Smith. Yes, it was a good movie because, again, it raised an alarm for something that most of us, certainly at that time, because it was early internet. Now we can see it playing out. So again, my point to you is, in this, notice your digital consumption. I'll be really honest with you. Myself, YouTube, and I'm even counting YouTube in this. They're probably going to, the video won't do as well. Here's why. Do you understand? Because you guys don't make videos. Like, I'm a YouTube geek, okay? It is an algorithm. You've heard the word algorithm, but what an algorithm is it's literally like the brain of the smartest, most intelligent people multiplied by like 1,000 to hook you. And I've shared this before, but I think a lot of you don't know this. Again, just for your children or even your elderly, your loved ones. If they watch a video, say, about an earthquake in Peru, that's fine. YouTube, the algorithm understands, and they watch that video for a long time. It'll feed them a flooding in Iran. They watch that. Then it will feed them. Again, I'm just warning you for your elders and your children, because they won't see this. Then it'll show you another catastrophe. Pretty soon you spent 2 hours or 3 hours of your life watching catastrophes, like, in fact, that wedding fire I'm laughing because, yeah, that got me sucked in. The wedding fire in, I believe it was Iraq or Iran, which was a tragedy. So what happens then? You've spent 3 hours watching negative. The algorithm doesn't care. What it cares about, Goddess, is that you spend 3 hours on YouTube and you watched commercials. When you watch those commercials, YouTube made money. It doesn't care that you then leave, you shut off your computer, and you're just depressed. You are depressed. And you may not even know why you're depressed. That is what's so deep about this, okay? You don't know why you're depressed. I mean, you're like, you were just watching reality, right? But reality only consisted of every single catastrophe that happened in the last, couple months. Maybe they went back a couple months, who knows? Depending on if you're into earthquakes, YouTube will feed you earthquakes, right? You watch an earthquake movie, video, it'll show you more. Then the next day and the next day, it keeps showing you more. There literally was this brilliant article about this older man who was literally getting deeply depressed, withdrawn, isolationist from his family. And they figured out he was watching so much YouTube, negative videos that were being fed to him by the algorithm. So one quick tip, what you can do, and you may not know you can do this. Let me know if you have ever done this. You can erase your history. Did you guys know you can do that? That you can erase? Because I want it to be interactive. Did you know you can erase your history? You can. What that does is, it's like telling YouTube, okay, I know I watched that conspiracy theory video, or I watched that one about abusive men, right? Like, and then the guy who killed his wife, but I don't want to watch 10 more videos about killers. So when you erase your history, okay, Google how to do it. You can erase your history. You're kind of wiping the slate clean. So YouTube, when you come back, it's like, oh, okay, maybe she wants to watch cat videos. Oh, maybe she wants to watch exercise videos. Oh, maybe she wants to watch like movie reviews. It won't think that you're like obsessed with this particular negative track. Okay. Yes. So Mindy, did you knew that you could do that? Because I don't think a lot of people do. Like my mom, if she were alive, wouldn't know that. I'm pretty sure a lot of my family members don't know that. They just you go to YouTube and you're like, oh, let me see what's there. They don't understand. So that gives you some control. Okay. So just watch your digital, kind of your digital diet. And so let me just look at one I want to share with you. So a lot of the problems that I've mentioned, I am bringing them to your attention because they really do bother me. But I also want to be really honest with you because I would love for you watching this now live or in the future to join my meditation training, because it's an antidote to a lot of the stuff that I talked to you about. It's an antidote to big pharma. Okay, how is meditation an antidote to big pharma? It's an antidote to the digital issue and sort of the poisoning of the mind, which that is literally what is happening. Okay, those are like my two main, and even the unhealthiness that I think is in America. Oh no, because of the food. So our food companies, I don't know if you know, but food in a lot of the world, and certainly in America, is run by really large companies. And again, they don't care if you're healthy. They do not care if you get cancer. They don't care if you have high blood pressure. They do not care if you become obese. Check out a book called, because it's a great title. Is it Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead? That's the movie, Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. But there's a book called Fat, Sugar, Salt. Or is it like salt, sugar, fat, something like that? Something like that. I'm going to put it in the chat. It's something like salt, sugar, fat. And it talks about, and again, let me know if you've heard about this. If you've said, just say, yes, I've heard of the book. What it talks about is how there are scientists, you or I, we could go to college, become a food scientist. What does that mean? What is a food scientist? Those things kind of don't go together. Yes, there are positives to it, I'm sure, but what I'm talking about is a food scientist whose job is to make something that you cannot stop eating. Okay? Hear me, you cannot stop eating it. It's not because you like it. My friend who passed away was addicted to sugar, and his response would be, I just love the taste. No, some things are addictive. The same way that somebody on meth or crack or whatever is like, I just like it. You don't just like it. Your body, your cells have become addicted. Your cells are wanting that substance. Okay. So I know it's weird to think of our food as being addictive, but I always just give this example. I want to know in the chat, share with me if you have a food that you know you can't have because it's addictive. For me, the food that I could not have is Pringles, the one that comes in the canister, right? If I open a thing of Pringles, I will not stop till I have eaten every single chip. I can't eat 2 Pringles or 3 Pringles. That doesn't happen. All right. And I was like, wow, they just taste so good. And like I said, I've shared this before, goddesses. 2 days later, sometimes even the next day, my skin, which by the way, I think looks good for my age. I just had a big birthday. I'm not ready to reveal it yet, what birthday it was, but I may in the future. My skin, I don't have acne. I don't have acne typically unless I'm doing like a detox, and then your skin actually is an organ of detox. If I eat a container of Pringles, the next day I have pimples on my forehead, I have pimples on my cheeks, and I'm like, why do I have pimples? And then I think, oh, I had Pringles. So tell me what is your food addiction? Just name it, Put it in the chat. I want this to be interactive, and also maybe we can help each other, warn each other of what not to have. So I don't have it anymore. I don't buy it. If I purchase this item, it's like a meth addict getting meth and saying, "Oh yeah, I'm just going to keep it over there. I'm not going to have it." That is the absolute truth. If I bought Pringles, and I have good self-control in general for some things, I will eat the entire thing. My skin will then break out with these oily ass looking pimples. Okay. At my age, I'm not supposed to be having acne. I'm just telling you. Okay. We're ice cream. Okay. So Lydia says ice cream. Oh, thank you, Lydia. You're so sweet. She says ice cream. I am so blessed. I don't love ice cream because that would be my downfall. Because I don't like it because it's so cold. And Mindy says chocolate. And yes, chocolate is like, I will confess to crimes. Like if they wanted to like torture me, they could somehow torture me with chocolate, because chocolate is it. Now on chocolate's defense, Mindy, to chocolate's defense, there are supposed to be some good things in chocolate, and I feel that it definitely has some stimulant effects. I think in ancient times in South America, right, it was used as, it can be like an aphrodisiac or like a relaxant. It has some positive benefits if we could just have our chocolate in the right amounts. Okay, I'm looking to see if there's any other comments. But yes, chocolate. What else? Come on, name some brands. Those of you who are here live. So I am talking about the food industry in America and in much of the world. They don't care about your health, goddess. You need to pay attention, because I'm going to tie this in with meditation. You need to pay attention to your food. The digital, the big, somebody was telling me, they didn't say Facebook, they said Meta. And I was like, what? I was like, what? Because she had a slight accent. She goes, former Facebook. And I'm like, oh, Meta, yes. Meta doesn't care. Meta just wants to make money. Okay. So the digital companies, all of that sort of digital with social media. And my other thing was big pharma. They don't care. They do not care. I don't believe the cute commercials with the warm, loving couple that, are like the fake looking people that are telling you, take Bielsa. It has very few side effects, except that one of the side effects is death. What do you guys think of something that a side effect of it is death? To me, and I always said this to my friend, to Ken, I'm like, Kenny, if a drug has a side effect of death, that is not a side effect. There is no side to death. Like you're done. A side effect would be a rash. A side effect would be a headache. A side effect would even be weight gain. But death is not a side effect. Okay, so Monica confesses that her food devil is I'm all about pastries, cookies, brownies, blondies, all of that. Yeah. Not so much cake. But anyway, we're not going to go into that. And Mindy adds that, yes, dark chocolate, 70%. Yeah, no, it's better, right? It's better than others. Dark chocolate specifically has some more good stuff. Yeah. It's funny because with dark chocolate, because it has a slight bitter tinge to it, and there's a reason for that, I will not eat a whole bar of dark chocolate. Okay. You can tell if something's healthy if you generally cannot, you don't binge it. Who binges broccoli? I rest my case. Who binges broccoli? All right. So big farm, the digital world, which wants to suck you in. Back to Meta again. Again, this may not affect you, goddesses, because a lot of the women who watch my channel are in their 30s and up. And of course, I have some younger people, but it's mostly 30s and up. What is it? The virtual reality. So yeah, pretty soon we just won't even be in reality. And I'm not putting on virtual reality, because if somebody breaks in my house, I want to know. Okay, I'm not putting on goggles, and I say that now. I hope never not to really get into that. So how can meditation help with that? All right. Yes, pastries. Oh, addicted to dairy. Yes. Yeah. Oh, there's so many directions I could go with this. Thank you for sharing that. Glass half full. Dairy is said to be extremely addictive by vegans. Vegans say that. Of course, people who eat dairy don't say it's addictive. So glass half full, let me tell you that there's some substance in dairy that it is so calming and soothing right? I mean, it's made for the baby of the animal. So think about it, what cow's milk, right? It has some substances that are almost like very subtle sedative effects. So I hear you. Dairy, um, right now I've put dairy aside in my healing journey. I have lost weight. I'm losing weight, people. I am losing weight because I don't want to talk a lot about me, but at the same time, I want to inspire you. And it's my channel. I do want to talk about my journey because that's also that healing. Where wellness, healing, spirituality. I have lost my love handles. I definitely still have some, but I pinch myself. I'm like, wait a minute, there was more. Right? And cutting dairy is a huge part of that, a huge part of that. Let's see who else. Big Pharma, yeah, commercial. I hate that. You'd mute it. Yeah, but the fact, Mindy, that we have to we see it and you're like, oh, Cialis, Malalis, Bacalis, Pocuncha, whatever. And you're like, oh, I have to mute means you gave it your attention in that time. So this girl was talking about in other countries. There's some countries where they just don't advertise. The point being, you go to your doctor and your doctor tells you, okay, you need this. They don't make it sexy, right? This girl's like, why are we like, ooh, this is what you should take for your diabetes? It's like, why is that something that is advertised? Okay, so yeah, interesting. I tell my doctor how much BS when they try to prescribe unnecessary. Yeah. Again, some are life-saving, and I believe especially for a time, but there's so much we can do on my channel is about what we can do for our health. A lot of that is lifestyle. So let me share with you. My meditation course is running. Hi, if you're just joining. It's not running. It's going to run. It is not running yet. When does it start? It starts October 15th. It starts October 15th. It is open and till tomorrow, early registration. So I want to address some of the things I shared with you that are facts. The big farm, the cell phone, the digital, the loss of our attention span, the loss of our focus, and our food, basically, especially in America, being basically crap. Our food in America, for those of you who don't look at places like Europe, there are products that are sold in America. That same product is made differently for Europe. It's made differently for Europe because they've banned something that America says is okay. Okay, this is a fact. There are food items, you buy them in another country, and they actually will have healthier things because those countries, often the European Union, are like, you can't put that in the food here. We don't allow that. Okay. So how does meditation help us deal with that, especially as women? The first thing I'm going to talk about is just meditation has been proven to sharpen our attention. Okay. It gives us a greater ability to focus. And I know all of you work. Let me know if somebody's retired. I feel like most of my audience is still working. And so whatever it is, whether you're in terms of attention, they're even showing benefits with cognitive decline if you meditate, okay? Helping with cognitive decline, but also sharpening your attention. So what does that mean? At your job, your ability to focus, your ability to work more smoothly because you're not distracted. It's like you can really focus and the other things happening do not pull you. So that's one of meditation's benefits. And again, to counter the loss of attention span. Increase resiliency to stress. This is my big one. This is one that I talk about a lot, is that when you meditate, you become, it's not that your life then just gets flat and everything's perfect. You'll still have these waves, people will still get ill. There will still be sickness. There'll still, things like that still happen. But your ability, your resiliency, well, things are going like this. You will be more like this. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Mindy says I'm retired, but not by choice. Yeah. I'd love to know your backstory if you want to share it. Like give a short, yeah. Well, what I want to say to you, Mindy, if you want to start a side hustle, start something, there's something you can share that you can be self-employed, I'm sure. So meditation sharpens your attention. It increases resiliency to stress. It by practicing mindfulness meditation specifically, it's been shown that it just affects how your brain processes stress. Okay. Positive impact on relationships. I share this story of a young woman. I want to say she was in her 20s. And she took meditation with me, I think the first time that I taught it, my 8-week meditation course. And she came back to me, I want to say after only like 3 classes. And she said, Viv, what I've noticed is when I have a fight with my husband, just like not a physical fight, but like we're arguing about something. She noticed she was able to listen to him more and like let him talk and listen to what he was really saying to her before she'd respond. And that is so beautiful. Like that's hard for science to capture. Okay. Do you feel what I'm saying? Science, when they try to study, okay, well, what are the benefits of meditation? That ability, but they're noticing this positive impact in relationship. And she just told it to me, not as a scientist. This is what she noticed. And she noticed then that made the like argument less severe, right? Because he would say what he was feeling, what he was mad about, and she could like literally just really listen to him and hear it and not feel like he was attacking her. And I just still remember that. It was like about 2 years ago now. I still remember that. It decreases psychological bias. Meditation has been shown to help people who literally, and it could be any race, but I think it was in the US. So they did it, folks, they literally decreased bias against Black people because it's something about what I know from meditation. You start to be able to see almost the inside of your thoughts. So you don't just like, oh my God, why are they going to be like that? Or they're so stupid. You'll hear yourself and you're like, huh. So your thought, the regular habits that we all have about different types of people, when you meditate, you have a little distance from it. So like if this is the thought about, oh, all men are like this, right? I don't know why these type of men are like this, blah, blah, blah. When you meditate, you're back here from your thought instead of being like here with your thought. Okay. It's really hard to explain, but you have distance. You have distance from your thought and you're able to see it and you're like, oh, that's interesting. So the decrease of bias with meditation. Okay. Another one though, that I also found interesting was the decrease of negative bias, which like we all have, meaning our brain, our survival is based on this idea of seeing, like, if I touch something and it's hot, my brain's like, yeah, that was hot. That was horrible. I burned my hand. Oh my God, I have to go to the doctor, right? I'm making fun of it, but it's basically like gossip at everything that's bad that we talk about with our friends, right? With our girlfriends, with our partner. So that bias to focus on the negative, it's a survival mechanism, but it's hardwired in our brain. So when you meditate, instead of just noticing the negative, like, why did that lady cut me off? Why is she so rude? Why are those people always so rude? This type of people is like that. That focus only on the negative, then later somebody lets you get ahead of them online. At the end of the day, you may have forgotten that. When you meditate, your brain will literally be like, oh yeah, no, I had a good day because happened and that person let me take that spot and they waved at me and they're like, no, you go ahead. Or I'll give you a really quick example. Oh, okay, Mindy, I hear you. Meditation can help. Meditation can help. If you want to email me if you're interested, email assistant, right? And that I will see this at In the Flow of Magic is my email, assistant at In the Flow of Magic. Meditation helps with pain. So Mindy, I don't know if you're in pain, but write me. And I also have a low income pricing, assistant In the Flow of Magic. I'm putting it in the chat, guys. So I'll give you guys a really quick example. Okay, this is really woo-woo. This is a really woo-woo example. I have been meditating a long time, even if not always regularly, but over a longer period of time. And another thing that happens is your intuition goes up. And so this is so weird. This is a weird woo-woo example. I know. Take it or leave it. I forgot to bring my bag to the supermarket. I went into a little Aldi's. I did my daily walk for exercise. And I went into Aldi's, which is like a low-cost supermarket, but you can get some organic food there too. And I said to the dude, I was like, damn it, I literally have 30 bags at home, plastic like bags, those reusable. How, and I go, okay, yeah, I need to buy a bag. And it's funny because stuck by him, by the register, was a plastic bag, like stuck right there. And I just, it caught my attention, but I go, yeah, I need to buy a bag. How much are they? And he's like, oh yeah, like, and then he goes, oh, this bag right here. And he points to the bag, like stuck like behind the like register. He goes, somebody left this bag. You want to just take that? And I'm like, yes. When you meditate, you get into flow. And that has been happening to me because I've been meditating more as part of my healing journey. And so I've been just much more in flow. And that to me is the most exciting thing about it. Science doesn't show that. Okay. Yeah. Science doesn't show about flow or increased intuition. But that I think as women is one of the biggest things that it's important for us to be tapped into our intuition. When you meditate, that is literally one of the things that, it can take a little while to come up, but I would say you might notice within a couple of weeks. Okay. So increased meditation, because that increased intuition. Because like I said, I was like, damn, I really don't want to buy a bag. And I just was like, types of things where people help me. Another thing happened, I won't even get into it, where I had a thought. This is something I desired later that day, out of the blue, it happened. And I was like, and to the exact way that I wanted, it happened. And that is the meditation. So Mindy, yeah, if you're interested in meditation at all, I'm gonna, because you're physically ill, and meditation could absolutely help pain, I'm just gonna pull something up here. I do have a low income pricing, which I do not police. I mean, I trust you. It's typically if you're on public assistance. I'm going to put the meditation page in the chat. Okay. And there we go. And you can check it out. There's discount pricing there. If that is not within your budget, then email me, Mindy. Okay. Hi, PP. Hi, PP. So again, I don't like to do scare tactics, but the video today is, why do they want us? I didn't want to put fat, but it's true. Fat, sick, distracted, poor concentration. Overall, it's easier to control people who are in poor health and who are in a lower vibration. And when we are unhealthy, I'm talking about in terms of fat, if you're not at your healthy level of fat, and when you are stressed and when you are worried and fearful, it's easier to control the population. Okay. So I have a phrase to share with you. It's pretty funny. And I wrote it down because I want to share the exact. This is a really famous saying in the wellness and meditation world. It says, you should sit in meditation for 20 minutes a day, unless you're too busy. In that case, then you should sit for an hour. Okay, so you should sit in meditation 20 minutes a day. And of course, that number could vary. Like, could be like if they told you 10 minutes. But if you say you're too busy, then you need to sit for an hour. Why? Because if you're that busy that you literally do not have time, you don't think you have time to meditate, your life is then out of control. And I promise you that this is true. I promise you that that is true. If you feel you do not have time to meditate regularly, that means your life, that you're like a little hamster, really cute little hamster, like, they're curved and they're on that, like the wheel, because they're like going, they're running. Then we're like a hamster on a hamster wheel. Okay. And so, yeah, that's where that phrase comes from. So what I'd like to do, because I know you guys also love when I do readings, is as I wind that up in terms of to kind of take back your health, take back your life. This is really something that's important to me, and especially in the Black community. We have much higher rates of high blood pressure, diabetes. Yes, there are factors playing into it. Of course, there's a lot of other factors. Food deserts, a lot of it is lack of education on nutrition, poor nutrition being passed down for a variety of reasons. I'm not saying those reasons don't exist, but it's still a fact, though, especially in the Black community, we suffer from these, a lot of lifestyle diseases that literally kill us, that take us out. And we're talking about even in our 50s, even celebrities, you guys, Black celebrities 50s and they're like, boom. Okay. So meditation indirectly helps, directly helps, and indirectly helps. I'll go to the food actually, because I realized really quick, I didn't talk to you about how does meditation help with your food then. There is a whole practice of meditating to help you be mindful of your eating patterns. You know this, back to what we just talked about, when me eating the whole thing of Pringles, you eating ice cream, right? Like you told me, you eating pastries. When you're more mindful and more calm and less stressed, you do not reach for the cold fried chicken out of the fridge to alleviate your stress. The being meditating helps you in daily life so that something that is a habit or an addiction becomes much less. Now, I'm still not going to bring the Pringles into my home because why would I do that? Right? Meditation or no meditation, I'm not bringing like, I don't know, something with like red dye number 3 and number 2 as its like second ingredient into the house. You know, I could meditatively be like, yeah, I'm not going to eat that, but I don't want it sitting in front of me. So meditation can even help with your food in that way. It also, so many of the other ways I mentioned might help you make more money so you're able to buy better quality food. There's so many ways. Yeah. Oh, you just started a sugar-free challenge? Oh my gosh. BB, I have a question. Can you have other sweets that are not sugar? For example, could you have dates? Dates I'm putting in the chat just because I was watching a goddess that I love her channel. I'm not going to call her out. And she's like, dates are disgusting. And I'm like, they're like delicious. They're like a little ball of natural sugar. She hated them. And I just thought that was weird. So can you have things like dates or fruit in your sugar-free challenge? Because I think that's important, goddess. It's important because there's other nutrients. There are a lot of foods with sugars in them that may even be relatively high sugar, but they have other nutrients, so that it is better to eat an apple than a Snickers bar. Could actually probably have like 3 apples to the 1 Snickers bar. Okay. Oh, good, BB. Yeah. So I recommend you just grab yourself some dates because that's going to help you. And you know what else I really love is golden raisins. Golden raisins, you can put them in like a rice pilaf, goddesses, or in like quinoa. I make like kind of like a quinoa salad or a quinoa pilaf, I would say. And golden raisins are delicious in that kind of Indian food style. You know how they'll put raisins and stuff? It's delicious. So I'm going to do some readings for you with this topic of what is causing you stress or bother in your life. What do you need to know about your stress? Okay, I'm probably only going to be doing a few. Oh, that's great, BB. You'll be adding more fruits and vegetables. Who is leading this challenge, BB? Share their name. And I'm just going to grab my basket. I'm going to pull a card, probably just an angel card, on what you need to be aware of in terms of your health and well-being in your life. Like that is the theme. Okay. So let me get my cards ready. And I also need to have some water. I need to just drink a lot of water. So BB's going to share with us who is doing the sugar-free challenge. Sounds great. All right, I'm going to pull angel cards. So who would like to know? This is day 3. Oh, wow, of no soda. That's another thing. I have never been a big soda drinker. When I was a teenager, of course, right? Coke commercials and happy people like having Coke, and I have Coke. Maybe once or twice a week. It just never hooked me. Which is really interesting because I mean, I grew up in an era when people weren't talking as much about healthy food. You know, I would just see the commercials as a teenager and then into my 20s. I just never liked soda. I guess I like 7-Up, but literally just would never buy it. So I don't know. I do feel blessed, you know, but again, the chocolate would get me. The chocolate bar would get me. So that was my downfall. So who would like a card? Yeah, and you should be proud of yourself. 334 days, so that's over a year, right? What I would say to you, BB, too, just as a coach and as a teacher, don't take this the wrong way. I think it's great that you're counting. But how do I want to put this? It's great that you're counting. But the fact that you're counting makes me feel like you want it to be a habit such that you don't even think about it. I'll give you, and this is the honest to God truth. I do not go into McDonald's because I have the thought process that I'm a healthy person. So because I have that belief, now a few things overrule that belief, but McDonald's to me is like so bad that I won't walk in there. Now you can get a salad and stuff, but I mean, literally, I want to say it's 2 years since I walked into a McDonald's, maybe less. So I'm just saying to you, I don't want you to see sodas as almost your weakness. I'm not really sure how to explain it right, but it's great. You know, because I'm think of when people who are like, maybe they haven't drank and they're like, oh, I haven't drank for a year. So I haven't drank for 2 years. I haven't drank for 3 years. It's to me as a spiritual person, it sets up this opposition where what if they then had one drink? I'm not saying they should, but I'm saying that doesn't then mean that you're ruined. You start again is all I'm saying. It's like a start again, and you're a new person. So like, yeah, I can't really explain it, but yes. Yeah. Good. Exactly. You decided to be healthy. Yeah, exactly. You are a healthy person, BB. So that's what I mean. I'm going to give an example. I hope it doesn't rile up some people. You know how, like, say whether you're liberal, like say you're liberal or say you're conservative, right? Say you're, I'm trying to think what, okay, say you're an adamant vegan. Once you label yourself vegan, and the hardcore vegans, they look at meat and they're like, no, never, never pass my lips, because they're like, I'm vegan. They have taken an identity as a vegan. So, and of course some people cheat or whatever, but I'm saying like the hardcore folks, once they change their identity, it's not a choice anymore. It's not, oh, maybe I'll have a little meat. It's like, no, I don't do that. So like, yeah, people who don't drink anymore. Nope, nope, nope. You know, I think they say, well, I am an alcoholic, but I am not actively drinking, or however they say it. They're just like, nope. So yeah, you're a healthy person. That's the best way to think about it. That way things are a little bit less seductive. It's not like, should I have this or should I have that? It's like, no. Yeah. So who would like a draw of cards? I'm just going to intuitively pull. And again, it's on the idea of what do you need to know relative to, since I was talking about these kind of negatives that are trying to suck us in, what do you need to know to live a more healthful life? I think that's how I'm going to put it, right? Because that would capture my thoughts about just, excess use of pharmaceuticals in this country, the digital obsession, the poor food quality. So what do you need to know to have a more healthful life and to change and to evolve even more into a healthy life? So let's see. Yep, exactly. Glass half full. Exactly. You got it. I'm just saying. So it shouldn't be like, I wouldn't count the days I haven't had chocolate, because I'm going to be so focused on chocolate. Be like, it's been 10 days. It's been 10 days. I haven't had any chocolate. Oh my God. Yeah. And chocolate. Yeah. What I do, a tip that I do with chocolate, because actually I was doing so good, you guys. This is probably why it's on my mind. I was doing so good. And that all these I told you I went into, where I got the free shopping bag. Yeah. Well, I brought sea salt chocolate covered almonds. At least there's some protein in there, people, and some healthy fats. Okay. With the chocolate. So I had to stick that in the freezer. So sometimes if something is really bad, just stick it in the freezer. Of course, ice cream, Yes, absolutely. Cards have full. How are you doing? And Mindy, would you like a card? Okay, so let me just get the theme. I'm going to pull. Whoops. Okay, I'm going to leave that off. That's my light. It's on a timer. I think the light's okay, right? So yes, if you're just joining us, I was talking about some of the ways that our society wants to keep us frustrated, distracted, and how that has a negative impact on us, really. Okay, because this channel is very much about wellness and spirituality. If you're new, women's wellness, spirituality, yoga, meditation, chakra healing, energy healing. So I'm pulling for glass half full in terms of what do you need to do to get even more healthful, wellness, balanced life. Let's see what okay. So what is this? Commitment. You got the card commitment. That's so interesting. And it shows an angel writing out like a creed or something. See that? Guys, these cards are beat up. They're dirty. I've had them for like 15 years, these little cards. So commitment, glass half full. So that makes me want to ask you, is there something that you need to commit to that you're still having trouble committing to? Committing meaning making a regular habit. Glass half full, regular to the community. Let us know how that resonates for you. There's an issue of you needing to be more committed, basically, being more steady, more regular, more ongoing. Okay. Let me know how that resonates for you. Guys, I'm trying to do 8 glasses of water. And I was listening to someone really knowledgeable talk about even 12 glasses of water and the negative effects of dehydration. And I was told by my Western doctor, so it's not that I don't listen to them, I do. I do. Because I'd had a health concern. I may make a separate video about it. And I have not had that problem since I began drinking more water. So more movement. Okay. Oh, okay. Mindy says more movement. All right. Glass half full. You're spread pretty thin. So what can you let go of? What can you let go of? I have another video topic there. What can you let go of? When you say you're spread pretty thin, that tells me maybe you're saying yes to too many things. Yes, you're too busy to focus on one thing. Glass half full, then you do need to take my meditation course, which I think you were thinking about, because that goes to the attention and focus. Yes. See, this is so weird. It all comes back to that. So you feel you're too busy to focus on one thing. This is the modern dilemma. This is the American dilemma, right? We are known as the country of like, get it done. You know, it's you have to go for it. It's all about you and your commitment. You don't want to rely on other people. Very different than other countries. It's you have to have drive. You have to hustle, glass half full. And so it sounds like you've committed. You might have bought into that. You might have, you just have too many things on your plate. But the things that you care about, to end it on a very positive note for you, the things that you care about, that's what you need the commitment for. Or it might be commitment to not overcommit. All right. So I'm going to go on to Mindy. And I might be mispronouncing it. Say more movement. Okay. Well, I'm going to pull a card. And again, it's about wellness, wholeness, balance. What do you need for your life to be more balanced? If you're just joining, I will pull a card for you. Or if you've joined halfway through, I'm pulling now for Mindy or Minde. It's really how it reads. Okay, it's upside down. Well, I don't even know what this says. Understanding. You need more understanding, and they show an angel reading. So when I get this card, understanding, I do get a sense of study or looking into something. So Mindy, is there something that you need? Maybe your illness. I think you said you had an accident. I'm sorry, because it was way up and I was talking at the same time, because obviously people watching don't want to watch me like read like this, right? So I was trying to multitask. So Mindy, is there something where you do need more understanding? Is it about your physical health? Is it about a process maybe that you could get involved in, a healing? But you got the understanding. There needs to be more understanding. Okay, you said yes. Tell me what you mean, Mindy. Okay, I'm putting your yes up here. So again, understanding, when I see this angel card of understanding, I'm thinking getting into more depth about something, like, you know, understanding it. How does it work? How do things fit together? Having a bigger knowledge, more knowledge about something. Okay, so that is what would make your life more balanced. Understanding. So yeah, tell me in the chat, share with us. All right, so we did glass half full. Glass half full, yeah. Think about the card you got. Meditation would help you. As I said, I have low income. You've been in the community a long time. I would love to have you in my 8-week meditation program. It's 8 weeks. We meet on a Sunday afternoon. I believe I said 4 on Sunday. So I won't be able to have my public. I won't be able to have this at this time. We'll meet from 4 to 5:15. I might also put in some very gentle yoga. I might have, yeah, some very, very gentle yoga, depending on if the women, it is for women. Women of all backgrounds are welcome to my programs, but it is a women's group where I just want us to feel safe to talk about things as women. You'll learn different types of meditation and why to do them and how to do them and when to pick each type. So we're not just going to practice meditation. You're going to learn and understand why. You're going to know the reasons behind it. Okay. So Mindy, let me know how the understanding, and I don't know if you have the physical, like in terms of typing quickly, if that's an issue, but let me know how you resonate with this card of understanding. Is it understanding your illness, your disability, or what is the understanding? So here's the reply. Understanding why it happened to me. I guess trying to deal with what my life is about now and accepting it. Right, right. I think my sense is that understanding is going to bring you some peace, and it's going to be a positive. When I do a reading, it is to help the person understand what they can do, okay? How they can respond, and that's how I phrase the question. Like, what do you need to know? So yes, why whatever happened to you happened to you. I'm going to go back up because I want to read your comment. Let me see if I can find it as to what did happen. I know you said you were retired, not willingly, and then I think you said not by choice. You were struck by a van. Wow, were you on a bicycle, Mindy, or were you walking? So yeah, I have some thoughts on that, but understanding is what, yeah. And understanding, yeah, where you are right now. Mhm. Monica. Okay. Hi, Monica. You were crossing the street. Wow. I am so sorry. I am so sorry that that happened to you. I don't know how fresh it is as well, if you've had some months or a year or two. But that's, yeah, to go from able-bodied to disabled, that is very scary. And so Mindy, I really invite you, if you want to come learn meditation with me, look at that meditation page I shared. And if money is an issue, write me and just let me know. Okay. Monica with 2 N's. Hi, Monica. Did you guys hear that? Just let me know if you heard that cash register sound, because I'm not sure it would have come through. All right, I'm going to pull for Monica. Lydia, do you want me to pull for you? Are you still here, Goddess? In fact, so it's called Soulful Meditation. My training, it's 8 weeks. We meet on a Sunday. We meet for 8 weeks. And it's a beautiful supportive group. I specifically was getting that this time I should really reach out and talk to women who are dealing with health concerns. But I didn't want to put off women who are healthy or who are like, well, I mean, I don't have I don't have this, I don't have that, so I'm not going to take your meditation program. But I was feeling that this go round, I should really emphasize how healing meditation is for those also, especially with chronic stress. They have absolutely done studies that have been replicated on meditation, helping people to tolerate and feel better with their chronic pain. So it literally helps to relieve the pain to some degree, but it helps to be able to live with the chronic pain. So, okay, so nobody told me yes, so you didn't hear that sound, so that's good. Yeah, so Lydia, I'll work with you after Monica. So Monica, I'm pulling with the theme of what does the person need to know to have more healthful, balanced life, because that is the theme of this video. So for Monica with two N's, Monica with two N's. Okay, it's upside down. You need vision. Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna leave it here and quiet for a moment. Monica, you need vision. Now they show it literally because they're just trying to illustrate it, right? So they show the angel taking an eye test, which is so cute. We all know angels go in and get eye tests, right? Every year or however often an angel should get an eye test. So yeah, maybe Monica, then it could literally be that you need a vision test. But it's usually more metaphorical that do you have a vision for your life, Monica? Do you have a vision? Where there is no vision, the people shall perish. Do you have a sense of where you're going, what you want? Where do you want to live? What makes you feel happy? Do you want a big family? Do you not want a family? Do you want to have animals and take care of animals in your backyard and rescue dogs? So Monica, let me know how this card of vision resonates for you. Hi, if you're just joining, welcome. Say hi in the chat. So the card of vision is for Monica. And I like to wait. I'm going to wait before I pull for Lydia. Monica, let me know how that resonates. Vision, like a plan. Vision isn't the plan. Honestly, I'm trying to find words that are close. Vision is almost like a dream, an ideal of how you would like things to go that would make you happy. Okay. So Monica, are you still there? I'm going to go ahead with Lydia. I'm going to put your card back, but you got vision. So she's typing. And remember, it takes about a minute for it to come from YouTube over to StreamYard. Okay. And guys, don't go yet. I have her response, and I want to announce my next live this upcoming weekend will be really special. I'm going to have some guests, so I want to talk about them, tell you about them. So let's see. So Monica, I pulled this card for her for vision, and this is what she says. I need a clear vision for big changes I want to make. Yep. So I do readings as well. That's the other thing. I'm really focused on doing intuitive readings where I give guidance, and guidance really is from spirit. I don't give guidance. I do help tease out the guidance, but it comes from spirit. So if you'd like a reading, any of you watching it now, just go to viv.asme for a reading. Okay. I am very, very good. And I often say women end up in tears, not in a bad way. Not like, oh, stop. Because they touch into something. So it's a crying that's like a relief. Okay. It's not bad crying. Okay. The card of authenticity popped up. So Lydia, I don't know if that was for you, but I feel like I have to mention it. All right. I'm drawing for Lydia now. Authenticity. But I'm going to pull a card that literally popped out. But sometimes those are important. So for Lydia. Ooh, and courage. Wow. Lydia, I think both of those were for you. I think the authenticity was for you. And the courage I pulled with you in mind. Hi, if you're just joining, say hi in the chat. She got courage, and that shows an angel like diving. We can't see where she's diving in. Her little toes are pointed. Her little toes are like pointed. Her wings are flying. Halo's back. So courage, you need to take that leap, Lydia. What is this leap you need to make? What is that leap? Oh, you're welcome, Monica. Yeah. If you would like to come for a reading, check it out. I can definitely help with that. People come for readings when obviously there's some unclarity and there's a big decision to make, or things are not going well. They have tried and things are not going well. And so I basically tune into your higher self with my intuition and your guides. And I tune into my ancestors and my guides and use tarot and oracle cards and kind of give you insight into your situation. Lydia says, this is awesome. Thank you for confirming. Lydia says about the card I pulled for her, spot on with what has been coming to me this past week. So yeah, authenticity popped out for her, like it jumped out because I'm shuffling and you hear I'm shuffling that. I think it's 70 something cards. I will admit that I have lost some of them. So all the cards are not in here. Okay. So every expression is not in here. I've lost probably about 5 of them over the 15 years, but there's still a lot of cards. There's still a lot in there. And so you encourage. Can you say more, Lydia? What's been going on? Oh, courage to show my true self. Yes. So goddesses, can you see that she needed 2 cards? I didn't intend to pull 2 cards for her, but I was shuffling and this one like flew out and it was authenticity. And I put it back in, but it had like an angel. And I want to say, I think it like the heart is glowing. Like it has a big like star here and it's like glowing like that. And that jumped out when I was about to pull for her. And then I was like, okay, let me put that back because maybe that was an accident, but she's confirming, no, that wasn't an accident. And then I got courage. And you can see how courage and authenticity go together because authenticity is when be yourself, be your true self, right? And often that requires courage. So yeah, Lydia, that was for you. That was for you. Who else is here that you would like a reading? Okay, I will pull a card. And again, in your life, what do you need to do to make a more healthful, whole, happy life at this moment? So yeah, I can do a couple more. Let's see. Oh my gosh, my internet shows like wait, hold on. Connection is unstable. Try plugging into your router. I just use Wi-Fi. It is my fault. I need to like get a cord that fits with my Mac. And my landlord, who is a tech guy, tech genius, told me what cord to get. I don't write it down. I forget because it's like, you need a blah, 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 blah. And then I don't want to ask him again. So I'm on Wi-Fi. So if you see me blurry or I drop out, I apologize. Lydia, you're welcome. Yeah. You're absolutely welcome. Anybody else like a reading? Let's see. And I'm just going back and through and reading your comments. I'm reading all your comments. Yes, yes, yes. And before you guys go, you who were here, tell me in the chat give me a topic you would like and be specific. If you just say chakras, I'm like, well, which one and what about it? Give me, each of you who is here live right now, a topic you'd like to see on the channel, okay? Because I am back. I really want to be putting out at least 1 video a week for you every week and probably a live on Sundays. I have to really calibrate that, but at least 1 video that is pre-recorded and researched and all of that. Okay. So Lydia and Monica, Mindy, what specific topic would you like to see a video on? And if I feel like it's not too specific, right? Like if you're the only one, so that's the problem. Sometimes I have to like, I think I want to make a video on grief because, as I said, I was talking to this client. She had taken the meditation course with me, and she was talking about dealing with the loss of a loved one. And I feel like I should do like some sort of meditation around grief. Yeah. Oh, okay, Mindy. Good. Because it's showing like one little dot. You know how it's this big triangle, and it's fluctuating from the little tiny dot, and it goes up, and then it comes right back down. So. Yeah, Mindy, I do. Mindy, great. I have several videos already about the heart chakra. Have you seen them? And again, tell me if you have. I mean, if you have and you're saying you still want more, but if you haven't seen the ones I have, then I want you to know. Yes. Margaret, I will absolutely pull a card for you. Share with me. You like the lives. It's not so much the topic. Oh, awesome. That's nice glass half full. Yeah, I think I probably will continue to do lives maybe every Sunday rather than like I was thinking second Sunday or sacred second Sunday. I was trying to think of something, people. But I'm seeing a lot of other related channels to me, especially in the travel niche. They're doing just a lot of lives. It's easier for us as a creator. It's easier for me just to be here with you than to go. Like I always tell you guys, it takes me about 4 hours to make one video. And I know I should be happy if like 150 people watch it, but it's like, oh gosh, don't get that. My neighbor has a Chihuahua. Oh my God, little monster Chihuahua. Okay, he's getting started. So, Mindy, what about the heart chakra? And have you seen the ones I have about? Oh, Lydia, thank you. Okay, Mindy's your first time here. Yes. So go to my homepage. Gosh, can I show you? Hold on, let me think for a second. Let me give you my homepage on YouTube. I'm just going to give you my YouTube homepage. Hopefully, you won't hear a commercial or anything really dumb like that. Okay, hold on. Let me go to my channel. And I'm going to give you my homepage link. Hold on real quick. Okay, close it so you don't hear me. Okay, so here, Mindy, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Yoga Bliss Dance. This is the homepage. On every channel's homepage, you just scroll down and you will see, hang on, I have a playlist. I want to say I have about 4 videos on the heart chakra. Hold on, let me see. Yep, the dogs are all set off now. Each chakra in depth. I have root chakra, sacral, third chakra, heart chakra. I have, hold on. Oh my gosh, some aren't exactly related to the heart chakra. I just put it there. I'm looking at it now. I have, in terms of the heart chakra, 9 goddess ways to unblock and activate yours. Heart opening yoga for the heart chakra. An intro to the heart chakra, everything explained that has like 6,000 views. And I have affirmations for the heart chakra and another yoga videos for the heart chakra. So check that out. Yes. You regulars, what, now that I know the 2 of you just only like me live, fine. Okay, moving through anxiety. Okay, wait, there's another topic. Okay, hold on. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Let's see. Somebody wrote something about anxiety. Yes, moving through anxiety. So Monica, meditation will help anxiety. Moving. If you are low income, check out my page for the meditation course that I am teaching live. It will help with anxiety. The science has proven that. When I say stress, I mean stress and anxiety. So let me put that again. If you are low income, check it out. If it's $108 for low income people, if that's too much for you, then email me. Okay. I'm putting in the chat, guys, the meditation. It starts in about 2 weeks, live with me, not on YouTube. It's private. It's really relaxed. I'm not like sitting in my chair in my meditation space. And I teach you meditation, okay? Specifically, and it's private. You can ask me questions. It's a group. It's a small group. Okay, so BB has another one. So moving through anxiety. BB says healthy eating. Well, absolutely. Here, hold on. Healthy eating and anxiety and depression. What about anxiety and depression? Exactly. Like, what about anxiety and depression? And you guys, I've been having this channel for about 8 years. The reason I have so many meditation videos is I suffered from anxiety and depression. I do not suffer from depression anymore. Depression was worse than anxiety for me. Depression was just like very, very dark. And so all the different spiritual things I've learned, including yoga, have helped me not be like a depressive person. I can get depressed, but I'm no longer a depressive person, and I no longer suffer from depression, if that makes sense, where it's like a global, where you're like in bed and you don't want to get out of bed. And I don't have that. That can happen a little, and then I'm typically able to get myself out. Okay. So BB, tell me more. Do you have specific on the anxiety and depression? Be specific with your healthy eating, how to start healthy eating. What is a healthy diet? Like, what do you mean? Oh, hey, Gigi. Hey, beautiful. Yeah, I've been going for an hour. So now I'm going to go up. I'm just asking one before you guys go, what specific topics you'd like to see. I've got healthy eating, anxiety and depression. Again, those are very, very broad. I got moving through anxiety, and I got heart chakra, but the heart chakra person didn't realize I have like 5 videos on the heart chakra already. So Lydia, it's not the topic. So there's no topic you'd like to see? Monica, thank you for that. And I'm going to go back up because I was going to pull for, let me see. A beautiful name. Let's see. I pulled from Monica. It wasn't Monica. There's one other, Margaret. Hi, Margaret. Is this Margaret that I know? I don't think so. I don't think so. Margaret, the theme I'm pulling around is what can the person that I'm pulling for, what would make their life more whole, more well, more healthy, more balanced, Okay. So for you, okay, I'm going to reach in. I'm going to bring the card right up. Sometimes when I do that, it's like really amazing because the person might ask about a physical issue and it's like, oh, be a vegetarian or something. It's like, so I'm just going to lift the card straight up once I get it. Let's see. Okay. Oh, and it's facing me. Tenderness. I'm going to hold this up so you can see the angel card. So Margaret, you need a little more tenderness, and I'm wondering if it's with yourself. Okay, so you can see the cat, you guys, and the angel is petting. And when we think of tenderness, we often do think of like pets and like, but I'm getting that. I wonder if you need to be more tender with yourself, Margaret. More tenderness, maybe less judgment, because there's not a card less judgment, but I'm as I'm just interpreting this and riffing on it, I wonder if the tenderness is about being more tender with yourself. Guys, I apologize if you can hear the barking dogs, but as another channel I was watching, and she says, dogs do bark. That's what they do. So Margaret, yeah, how does that resonate with you, the tenderness? How can you bring more tenderness into your life? It seems like that is what is going to help you. So yeah, let me know. Are you feeling like you've maybe been a little harsh with yourself or with someone else, or a little, I don't even want to say unforgiving. I'm trying to think of what's the opposite of tenderness. You guys, what is the opposite of tenderness? What is the opposite of tenderness? Because if someone needs tenderness, I only am getting like harsh or strict. This could be strict. What do you guys think? What is the opposite? Let's see. Oh, okay, good. Let me, yeah, I see a request, Lydia. Oh, yeah. And I do have some like that. I do have holistic. I already have some, but yeah. So I'm just writing what Lydia is sharing while I wait for Margaret to reply. So holistic remedies for anxiety, for stress. I have some about specific herbs, you guys. Check that out. You could go to my homepage, and then there's a search box. I don't know if you know, but at the top of every YouTube homepage, on that person's homepage, you can search their channel and just click herbs. You'll see at least one video come up. Okay, holistic remedies for anxiety, for stress, for self-care, care for the body. Okay, no, that's good. That is good. Right, yeah, just holistic remedies, absolutely. Okay, holistic remedies for anxiety, stress, self-care, and care of the body. Great, thank you. That is really good. Margaret says, yeah, well, probably. I first got it was for yourself. If you heard me, that was the first thing I said. It was yourself. My sense was that you need to treat yourself with more tenderness. So she says, I need to treat myself tenderly, perhaps. That perhaps is very sweet, because that makes me think that, yeah, it might be hard for you, Margaret. In what ways could you treat yourself? Like, what do you think it's about? Is it about judging yourself around your work, I'm just throwing stuff out, so I'm not tuning into you specifically here. Is it about parenting? Is it about something you do that you think you could do better? Because that's what I get when I get that the person needs more tenderness to themselves. I get that, again, they might be being harsh, but I'm just wondering, what is it that you're being harsh with yourself? Ah, okay. Yeah, just tender, gentle in the ways that I care for myself. Yep. It sounds like that was accurate. It sounds like that was accurate for you because you're resonating with that. Good, good, good. So I am going to sign off now. Oh, tips for healthy eating. Did I? Yeah, I wrote that. Okay, tips. But it's in a tips format. So I'm being told tips for healthy eating, anxiety, depression. That's very general. I'd love if the person could be more specific. Holistic remedies for anxiety, for stress, for self-care and care of the body. That was very specific. So thank you. Yeah, Mindy, exactly. Loving herself. Yeah, loving herself. Margaret, you're welcome. You're welcome. So yeah, check out Glass Half Full. Are you going to join us to learn how to meditate? I know you've got a lot of different priorities. Before you all go, meditation is like a base habit. It's a high level habit. It's equivalent in my mind to changing your diet completely or beginning to exercise. It's that level of powerful. It's, I call it like a keystone habit. In the same way, if you change your diet completely and really start to this healthy diet, everything changes, right? Your health changes, your attention changes, your weight changes, everything changes. The same way, yeah, that's food. If you start to exercise, everything changes. Your blood levels of different things change, your high blood pressure may go away, like everything changes. Meditation is the same way. So consider, look at right in the chat, you can scroll up. I have the link to my meditation course. It is enrolling right now. If you've ever taken, here it is. If you've ever taken any course with me, you guys, not a reading, but if you've taken a course with me, then this course will be half price. And so I've set that at $79. That is likely, though, just for the early registration, because that's literally like $10 a lesson, which is cheaper than a yoga class. So it's more powerful than a yoga class, because in a yoga class, when you take a yoga class, you feel great at that moment, but you haven't really learned. You've learned a pinch of how to do yoga. What I'll be teaching in my 8-week sessions, soulful meditation, is you'll be learning a skill that you'll have for the rest of your life that you can repeat, that you can replicate, and that will have far-reaching effects on your life. Very, very powerful on your relationships with your loved ones, on your health, on your relationship to the digital world, on how you even choose your food. So I would love to see some of you in there because I know it can help you. I absolutely know it can. So you prioritize yourself. And as I said, the link is here in the Flow of Magic. It's right on the homepage. So much love. Thank you so much for these topics. I will take them into account. And I had asked previously, so I have to go back and look. But I appreciate you. Oh, please give the video a thumbs up. Just give the actual video, not in the comments. Give a thumbs up under the video on YouTube. By Glass Half Full, by Mindy, Margaret, Monica, Gregory. Hey, Greg. Yeah, you're coming in at the end. Hope you're well. Always like that photo of you. You looked like so snug with your scarf up there. I'm like that. I don't like my neck to get cold. Bye, BB. Did I already say bye, BB? And Lydia, bye-bye. Yes. So I will see you all. And oh my gosh, were you waiting? Because I said we're going to have two beautiful brothers, and they are beautiful, and they're brothers and they're brothers. You can tease that out, who healed themselves by changing their diet. They healed alopecia. Did I say that right? Alopecia. Let me check. Alopecia. Yeah, thanks, Greg. Yeah, ashe and namaste to you. Alopecia, which is when your hair just falls out, leaving you with a big old bald spot. It is not balding. It is a separate thing. These are young dudes. I'm supposed to have them live next Sunday. So do come watch that. It's two brothers, and they're going to talk about what changes they made holistically to literally stop the hair loss and grow it back. Like, as far as I know, it certainly stopped it. I'm assuming it did actually grow back. I saw them on a huge channel called the Physicians Committee, which is all about health, plant-based, eating a healthy diet. So it's rare that I have guys on the channel as guests. They're so sweet. They're so cute. And I know a lot of women have alopecia. I have a family member whose hair just, yeah, falling out. So BB, I'm going to make the thumbnail and I'll put a reminder on it. So once I have it up, at least by Wednesday, I want to, because I want people to know they're coming. You can click notify me or something. And like I said, they're so charming and they're just really cool. They also want to bring a lot of health and wellness specifically to underserved communities. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah. And so Gregory, come for that. It'll be, oh my gosh, guys, they said 10 o'clock Pacific. So that's 10, 11, 12, 1. So it'll be earlier on a Sunday. It will be 1 p.m. God, goddess willing. We will be live, these two brothers talking about how they healed autoimmune. Okay. I'm going to interview them live. We'll see. That way I don't have to edit anything. I think one brother is in California and the other brother is in New York right now. I should be able to get both of them on the screen. And we're going to do it at 1 p.m. the upcoming Sunday. All right. So I'll see you guys then. Much love. And I'll probably have a video for Thursday with some of these topics you guys gave me. All right. See you soon. Bye-bye.